Alright, so as you can tell, this is an open area right here, and a lot of cargo vans have this, and it just makes it easier to step into the cargo van from a side door. But when loading gear, this can actually be sort of a problem because that's some floor space that doesn't exist. So some time ago, I made like an extension, and it's not much distance, but it's enough that it really can add more room in the cargo van to put something. So I think this time around, I haven't used this in years, I am going to use it this time. Alright, so on especially outdoor shows, we do load the van a little bit differently than we would if we were doing an indoor show. So in this particular situation, I don't think I've brought it up before in the past. The sound equipment usually all gets loaded first, and then anything that's non-related to the sound equipment, like the tarps, the tents, things like that, all can get stacked here at the closest end here of the door to the cargo van. So when you get to a show, the first thing that can come out is the tent, the tarps, get everything set up, and then once that stuff is set up, then we can bring the sound equipment out. Alright, so this spare tire, this actually belongs to the trailer. Not too sure what to do with this. We need the spare tire for the trailer, but there's no room in the trailer to put it. There's no room on the outside of the trailer to put it either. So I hate having to constantly move it out of the way, but I think this is probably not the best place for it. Just because it's in the way of everything all the time. These are okay. This stuff stays out of the way, same with the toolbox, but this whole trailer is not going to be best choice here. Alright, with that spare tire, the holder, and the lift out of the way, let's see if we can continue on. that tent would not have been able to fit because the speaker would be in the way because the spare tire was in the way. So I think we're going to keep it out of there. All right, so some of you may be wondering, why am I taking out the snake separately? Well, it goes right back to how it is for other shows in the past. We just need a few cables out of this case that we have that we store all the stuff in. Now, under bigger shows, the snake and everything would go along in this case, but this case weighs about 300 pounds. So for this show, we don't need everything in that case. We just need the snake, which this is a 150 foot 32 by 8, and we need 3 speaker cables and that yellow power cord. That's all we need out of there. So we're keeping the case here and just taking what we need. All right, we're pretty much at the point where we're going to start packing things that do not pack well. So this is just a matter of just putting stuff on top of everything that's there, and sure, stuff's going to settle, stuff's going to move out of the way. All right, talk about overhead. Probably have close to 200 pounds just in sandbags for the tent. All right, as I mentioned earlier, we're having to load stuff a little bit differently, and what I'm having to do, I'm using the right side of the cargo van, and I'm having to not pack anything all the way up to the ceiling like I do on the left, and that is to accommodate the 8-foot ramp, because I need a place to put it. It folds up lengthwise, but I can't get it any shorter than the 8 feet. So it's got to sit someplace. I think this is going to work fine, but so it takes a little bit more time here to load the van to accommodate that ramp. All right, we are at the Carolina Inn with the Groovynators, and we have mixed for them out here before. However, they are actually we just learned this when we got here, that they're playing in a much different location than where they were playing last time. The location where they're playing previously is being resodded. Now, this is our issue as well. There's these steps we have to contend with, and I don't know if you can see here or not, but we're actually on a downhill here. So it may be sort of challenging getting stuff out of the cargo van and up and over this walkway. All right, I think what we're going to do here is we're going to use our ramp over these stairs. We just did a little test on it. Worked out great. The angle, you really can't tell on a camera what the angle is. It is sort of maybe steep for some heavy items, but we should be okay. So we're going to be moving on here. Just follow the block all the way down. All that stuff can go to the stage. Okay, this is an absolutely beautiful place, but we needed more ramps. Okay, yeah. I'm just going to probably use it as a primary and leave it for Sonic as a backup. Carolina Inn is bringing a larger sections of stage to use for the Groovynators, and so right now we're sort of in a holding pattern, waiting for the stage to show up. And Craig, you can see back there, he's rolling the sub. We're just getting stuff up there. When they get the stage put together, we will finish putting all the stuff on it and around it. All right, we are working on getting stuff together, and it is actually starting to sprinkle. So they have covered up some of the gear and the speakers at the stage, and we're working on getting the front of house tent set up. Alright, apparently there was a misunderstanding in where front of house could be set up, so we had to move it over to here. So right now Dennis is rewriting the snake, so I guess we'll see how it goes. Alright, and in addition to some of the changes, apparently they're going to have a bar sitting back here where we originally set up at. We've got our cable path down. We're doing our due diligence to ensure nobody trips, and front house is coming together, and as you can tell, the rest of the stage has shown up. So Dennis and Craig, and it looks like some people here from Carolina Inn are going to be helping them get the stage put down. So we are continuing on. So a lot of the cables and stuff that we use to interface the board into the little front of house rack all the cables are already installed into the racks. We just pull out cables that we need and interface them and connect them into the part of the snake that they need to go into. So we're connecting the main output of the console into our DVX unit. And then we're sending the full range signal back to the stage. We're going to let we're going to have the crossover inside the sub handle the crossover duties. So we just need to connect our mid and high output here to the mid and high return here. I can't quite return. Oh, the presence in the force. Yeah, these just like scares, not knowing we're going to be here, and I just didn't want to throw stuff in the lane. 5, but it's they have to go into the amps, and then from the amps go out to the speakers. Like an amp. Yeah, let me go.
There's another one that looks like it's a separate circuit because it's a different color.
All right. Check 1, 2. That looks good. Just do a real quick check here of the PA to make sure we've got stuff that works from here to there. Check 1, 2. 2, 1, 2. Check. All right, let's take the. Check 1, 2, 2. Check 1, 2, 2. Two, 1, 2, 2.
Bottle of water's here for anybody who wants one, needs one. Bag them. Can I say real quick? Craig, you getting headway on everything there, okay? Here it is when you're ready. Okay. That's going to come in from the
As you can tell, it's pretty dark underneath here. We've got the tarp set up there to block out a lot of the light, and it's done a real good job. And we've got it. Probably looks like maybe it's a lot of high contrast over there, but that's got the tarp going down sort of the side to help block out a lot of the sunlight in here. It's getting sort of warm. We've got the fans running, as you can tell. All right, well, we got some things worked out with the console, and I am going to try recording their show using the Q drive. And right now I'm formatting a USB stick. I think this is going to work out. We've got everything set up. We've got our drums over here. We've got the bass, guitar, all the keys, the vocals are set up. All right, just a quick setup of the stage area. So we're using our 32 by 8 snake, 150 foot length, which is quite a bit for this, but once again, we weren't too sure where we were going to be. The crowd is starting to fill out over here. The guitarist is he's the only one on in-ears, and we've got 2 passive monitors up here, one for the bassist and one for the drummer. All right, we've got our sub, the RCF 8004, and our tops are the RCF NX45As. These are all powered speakers. And over here we have the crowd mic set up. So we just need to make sure that's going to be loud enough for the guitarist. All right, and our amplifier rack, we're actually only using one of the amps, and we're only using 2 channels on it. One for the bassist and one for the drummer. All right, so we just did a real quick sound check. Everything came out okay. And we're just waiting for the 5 o'clock hour to start, and people are already starting to come in. So hopefully the weather will hold out.
I feel it's happened to me. I'm telling you, it's too late to turn back now. I believe I'm falling in love. It's too late to turn back now. I believe I'm falling in love. Come over the distance.
All right, there's quite a few people here today.
Oh, baby, left behind. It's on my heart and on my mind. But she left me so. So that I won't for love. Keep the town.
All right, we're sort of locked into the area over here. We can't go forward, can't go backwards. But we've got everything out of the cargo van that we need.
Give me your heart, make it real, or else forget about it. Or else forget about it, baby. Oh, nobody needs the sky.
All right, we've taken down the tarp. It's a little overcast, which is helping control the sun.
gets wet, goes to the Middle East. Oh my God. This is really pleasant. Yeah.
Where'd you park? Did you park at Fancy Sky? That's where I parked.
No, yeah. So they went over to the pool.
Right here. And the amp rack will go in next. Roll that thing, Bob. I have it just check.
Any deals?
I can take those next.
Okay.
Dennis and Craig have been phenomenal in putting this stuff up. What you don't see here is we're actually on an angle, and it's easy for stuff to slide out of the van.
It's like anti-gravity house.
Yes, we're in an anti-gravity house. Yeah, this was a lot of work today. Anyway. Yeah. Yes. All right, well, we're just going to finish things up and then call it a night. So thanks for watching.